Hi everyone, and welcome to week 3 of Dress to the Nines. So far I hope you have found the information useful and valuable, and if you are still suffering and perplexed about what your body shape is, please let me know. I am here to help you. So if you're still struggling with that, let me know. And please schedule your time in the Facebook group. In the file section, I provided a link to my scheduler. I was so bra inspired after last week's webinar that I was telling a new client about everything I was teaching. And I knew this, and she fessed up that it was definitely bra time for her. Yes, I knew that from the moment I saw her. So we toddled right off first thing to that specialty size bra store here in Los Angeles, and we got those girls on the right track and sitting up and pretty, and it took 10 pounds right off of her. She looked amazing. So tonight is all about age-appropriate dressing, and I do hope you have lots of questions for me, and write them down during the webinar so that you can remember them and send them to us at the end when we're doing a little Q&A. Now, I will keep referring throughout all these webinars about age appropriateness, style, fit, body shape. These are topics that are so vital in looking our best. And I want this to become like second nature, part of your thought process as you forge ahead with your wardrobe. Having your style figured out is not just for the rich and the famous and those women that have lots of time on their hands. Women who are young and thin aren't the only ones that should be figuring it out either. It is for everyone at every shape and every age. Now, not knowing holds you back in many aspects in your life. For instance, if you are looking for a better, more lucrative job or promotion, you don't want to have to compete with those younger women that may have their look together. You may be missing out on new clients when you meet them at events because they don't see that confident, modern professional standing in front of them. Or maybe you're having trouble in the love arena. You're not getting asked out on dates, or your partner may be ignoring you, or heaven forbid, they said something to you about your look that really hurt your feelings. So all very strong fears that can keep you stuck and not moving forward. Since you don't want to make a mistake or buy the wrong items, you don't want to get out of your comfort zone. So what you do? You end up looking dull and boring and grabbing those yoga pants and a t-shirt and calling it a day. So let's face it, ladies, competition is fierce out there, and we need to take hold of every advantage. You always want to put your best foot forward every time you walk out the door. So this is what I do with my clients. I teach them how not to look old and boring, but young, modern, sexy, vibrant, and I really don't care what size or shape you are. We all have the ability, but it just takes some effort. And you need to have a vision of your dream look. That is very, very powerful to have that vision. Remember how I keep saying to you, don't dress, or to dress for the current body you have, not for the body you want to have. One of the things I hear from my clients is the fact that so many clothes that are in the stores are geared toward the 20 and 30-year-olds. They say, Lorianne, there is nothing for me to wear in the store. They're too young. I'm afraid to buy them. I don't want to look foolish. Or when they shop in a store that maybe is a little bit more mature, they feel old and dowdy. So what's a smart, savvy girl to do? Well, tonight it's all about that. For starters, there are manufacturers that do take current trends and kind of break them down so that the trend will work on what I refer to as real women without being over the top. I've been researching clothing lines for years and sharing this information. And updating and looking age appropriate also means weeding out the dated clothes, especially from the 80s and 90s. Got any of those? Got to move on, ladies. I know many of you have sentimental favorites. We all do. Or designer garments that were so expensive back in the day that you hate to part with them. But really, my darlings, is a big old 80s sweater with beads on it that weighs a ton and giant shoulder pads really working for you anymore? I don't think so. So you should not be hanging on to that clothing. You maybe are hanging on to it because you might have worn it in a time of your life that things are going really well. Your career was at an all-time high. Your love life was in full swing. And you're hanging on to your glory days. That's what I call it. And you're afraid to get rid of those clothes because keeping those clothes brings back all those great memories. So as much as you want to skip down memory lane, it's time to break up with those clothes. Got to break them up. Break up. So they're not doing you the justice now, and they look tired, they look old, and they look dated, and worst of all, sad. They look very sad. I worked with somebody who thought he was the absolute nattiest dresser in the whole world. He had clothes from the late 80s, because I could just about pinpoint the year that he bought most of his suits and ties. And this was 15 years later, and he was still wearing those suits and ties. And it didn't serve him well. They were old, they were frayed, they were faded. I mean, you could spot it a mile away how dated he was, and his business was not good. He wasn't getting the respect and the accounts that he wanted from wearing clothing like that. So that's just one example how you need to weed out that old stuff, get rid of it, and start fresh. All right? So let's get started tonight. Jen's going to bring up a PowerPoint for us. PowerPoint will be coming right up. We have lots of examples to show you all too this evening. Lots to do. All this whole rack. Okay. You want to dump the frump. All right? You've got to get rid of the frumpy clothes. No more frumpiness in the closet. That's going to hold you back, and you're not going to look age appropriate with the frumpy. Okay, next slide. All right. I love Helen Mirren. I think she's fabulous. But I want you to take a good hard look at these two different gowns that she has on. See how the green one kind of looks a little Queen Mummish, and she looks really grandmotherly. And look how fabulous on the right side she looks in that silver. She looks amazing. So hence is a perfect example of choosing something that is too old, and that you're not accentuating your best features, and you're just going a little bit too old. She still is covered, all right? So it doesn't mean you need to show lots of skin. She's still appropriate, age appropriate. She's covered. She's got that great little organza silvery jacket on. It's still perfectly in line with her age. It just doesn't send her to Frumpville like she does look in that green dress. Okay, next slide, please. All right, here we need to, get rid of those dated clothes. So I want you all as an assignment this week to go into your closets, and if you have any of those, like that green suit, 80s suits with the shorter skirts and those big jackets and the double-breasted, get rid of them all, or those really long skirts that went with those jackets also. Get rid of it. Just get rid of the dated, frumpy things out of your closet. Get them all in a garbage bag to send off to the local charity. All right? If you have the time, please do that this weekend because it's just bogging you down in your closet. Okay, next slide, please. All right, here are some before and afters. So you could look, kind of frumpy in a pair of jeans and...
Hi, Lori. Sorry to interrupt. Apparently we're getting some comments that the slides are too small, so I'm not sure people are seeing what we intended them to see. So we're just getting a few comments where people are saying they're not seeing the slides or the slides are too small. So we're just checking on that.
Okay, I'm seeing it full now because the other two slides, Jen, I was seeing, they were seeing in the small little squares. But I just saw the before and after perfectly.
Okay, so I believe we should be up to full screen and we should be okay. Okay, thank you. Okay,
full screen. So there is, kind of the frumpy look, and then there's a much more modern look to have somebody, put that little extra effort into a dress. And look at the other shot of the before and after, wearing that dumpy looking skirt, the jacket's the wrong length versus the alterations, and it looks so much better. She looks so much more modern and not quite as dumpy. Can everybody see now? Focus screen? Are we good? Okay.
Yes, I confirm that we're good.
All right. Let's go to the next slide. All right, here are some great looks for everyone here over 40. You still can wear a denim jacket. I'm going to show you that tonight. You still can wear a straight leg pant. You still can wear a boot. And she does not look, the gal on the far left does not look inappropriate whatsoever for a woman over 40 wearing something conceivably in the same light that her maybe much younger daughter would wear, but the way she's got it all put together, it's perfectly acceptable to wear it the way she's wearing it. I love the lace skirt with a great sweater over top, completely covered, appropriate. The skirt's at a good length, and wearing a cardigan in a skirt with the gal with the bike, that's just such a great classic look, but it's not boring because she's popping it with color. She's not doing boring colors there. She's got that nice rusty red going on her top half. So you often have to punch up these looks with some color to really kind of nail it and bring it home and really give yourself that lift that you would like to have. So are we good on the next slide? Are we still good on the slides?
Apparently we're having issues where when you talk, it flips over to you as opposed to me, so we're having a difficulty where people actually aren't seeing the slides because I'm running them, but you're speaking.
Okay, just show the last two. We don't have a lot of slides tonight. We have more visuals. So just show the last two, and then we'll stop it, and then if you would, Jen and I'll talk about them after. So just pop them up.
Sure, and also just a reminder to the girls in the group, we will post this PowerPoint into the group for you to see afterwards if you do want to see the slides, and we apologize for the issue. Lori, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready?
There's one more. Okay. All right. Apologies about that. Sometimes the system, and Mercury is in retrograde, everyone. So we are thrilled. We are online tonight, so this is all good. But anyway, so you kind of get the gist of it. Going too young, and if you are getting older, just looks foolish. It just looks foolish. You know, in that center picture of the Way Too Young was none other than the Catwoman, and you know, showing underwear under a see-through dress, and she is, I believe, in her 80s now. I mean, she looks pretty amazing, but still, you know, that's, you keep that in the 20s. It's that doesn't go any further. And that last slide was about how to wear leggings now, because a lot of you are have worn leggings in the 80s, as I have. So, you know, we went through that trend, but I'm going to show you tonight in a little bit how to still have a flavor of that trend, because they're not going away. See, I thought that was a flash in the pan kind of thing. They're not going away. But how to then take that look and age appropriateness that look. So that I'll show you in a little bit. I want to start with dresses. This is one of my favorite classifications, and I think I have mentioned that numerous times. I love dresses, but this is the problem we have problems with because of the sleeves. Wearing sleeveless dresses, and a lot of times our arms are a problem area now, and we don't like our arms to be exposed, or you could be somebody that gets really chilly easily and you always want to have something on. The Wall Street Journal recently did an article about the fact that the manufacturers aren't putting sleeves in the dresses because they don't sell as well. They look frumpy on the hanger. In the trade, we call it hanger appeal. And sometimes you can hold up a dress that has long sleeves and it looks frumpy-dumpy. So they don't tend to do the sleeves. So that is a big problem. And the manufacturers don't get what you have. This is called the arm's eye. That fit correctly. It's a very difficult thing to get that to fit just perfectly on the arm, because a lot of times if the fabric doesn't have any stretch in it, women can be a little bit heavier, as I am up here on that upper arm. This is that kind of the area that goes yuck fast, this whole area. So then that arm's eye will be tight and we're not used to it and we can't move if the dress does not have stretch in it. Hence, most of the dresses that do have sleeves in them are made of stretch for that reason alone, so that you can move, or cardigans, knits. Knits will work better for you. So I've got this great little, Fifi is here this evening again. Great this little dress on Fifi. It's what is referred to, and I'm going to take one sleeve up, is a fit and flare dress. This is perfect for, you know, spring, summer, age-appropriate dress. I put a belt on her too that is darling. It's long enough. She's covered up, Fifi, and then you can throw a little short bolero cardigan over top. As much as I love this dress, this goes a little too youthful. This is perfect, and when I'm referring to the age appropriateness, I'm basically saying over 40. Okay, so I'm not picking out any particular age, exactly age brackets. So over 40 for the majority, unless I do specifically say. This is just too youthful, and there are a lot of this out there right now. You know, it's the cap sleeve, there's a giant floral on it. It's fine for younger women because it's so bold that this dress, you may get lost in it. You may absolutely get lost because of the giant pattern. This is so much better. It's a little bit softer, a little bit more toned down than something as brash as this dress. Okay? Takes a huge personality to carry this off. Okay? And I just think the little cap sleeve and all, it screams young woman. Also, I'm going to show you a couple of other ones. See, this is the problem with a lot of the dresses out there. This kind of screams young, and this is too young too. Okay? These are prime examples of far too young. First of all, you're going to have a lot of problems with the bra issues here, you know, if you're doing spaghetti straps and if you're not going to do something over top of it. That's going to be a big hassle for you. You're going to have to wear something, a little cardigan or something over top. I'm going to show you two dresses. So say you're off and you want a royal blue dress. Okay? I'm going to show you two dresses that this is a perfect, if you were looking for something, say, for a work situation. Perfect dress right here. All right, the 3/4, the little, actually the longer short sleeve actually is quite flattering. It's not as yucky as you might think it is from the hanger. This dress on is one of my favorites. It looks amazing, amazing. This gets a little too youthful because we have the split sleeve, okay? It's too short. It's a bit of a drop waist. So if you were in the store looking for a royal blue dress, this is a no. This would be a yes. Okay? I wanted to show you that exactly. Another great dress that I love, that this style, that's totally age appropriate. And what you can do with a lot of the dresses that are more in the monochromatic, or, I mean, excuse me, in the black and white, is pop it with some color. But we're going to talk about accessories on another webinar, but I just wanted to show you this. You know, so don't be afraid of doing dresses that are of the starkness in the pattern. This is still age, this one is age appropriate because it's not tutu, but you wanted to make sure you get some better color going on with a black and white dress. It just kind of gives it a little extra, Now, maxi dresses are still going strong for summertime, spring, and here's the workaround. Some of the patterns are, again, way too bold, you know, really too. So then you want to look for something a little bit more monochromatic and do solids. You know, and if you do solid from, you could do a matching cardigan or not if you want to have your arms covered, or even a little shrug like that. But you still can do the maxi dress, but you just have to choose one that isn't so over the top, okay? That's where you can go wrong with the maxi dress in our age bracket. That's where it gets a little too. There's a lot of boho going on out there also, and I see a lot of 70s boho. Look, let that be. Wave to it, say I wore you, but I'm not going to wear you anymore. Walk on by on that one.
Hi, Lori. Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think that you could go in and just remove your lower third? Some people are commenting they're not seeing the whole dresses.
Oh,
just because
dear.
of the didn't anticipate.
No worries.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to go find where that lower third.
Go into your toolbox and then just toggle off.
The toolbox. Oh, toolbox. Hangout toolbox. Yes, there we go. Off.
There it is. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, does anybody want me to go back and show a dress? Did they miss something?
The comments came in probably about 5 minutes ago. So
okay.
The blue dresses and the green we probably missed for those.
Okay. Okay. Let me go back real quick so you can see. This is a yes. Say yes to the dress on this one. Great work dress. You could dress it up for a little bit more of a, you know, kind of a cocktails after work kind of thing. Not really a cocktail party, but conferences, that type of thing, going to dinner kind of dress. This gets too youthful with this blue one. It's too short. It's a drop waist. The split sleeves, not as good. Got to leave this kind of thing to the younger gals. All right? So that's on the blue dresses. Then if you want to do, if you want to do the maxis, go ahead, do a maxi, but just don't do the wild patterned maxi. If you want to be a little bit more subdued, I think it looks a lot chicer. Go a little bit more subdued. Okay, it doesn't have to be a a whole monochromatic look with a matching cardigan, but this is definitely sleeveless, and you want to have a little covering on your arms. But if you didn't want to do a full cardigan, you could do something like this little shrug. These little shrugs, let me tell you, are available in lots of different colors now. So if you find them, pick them up. They are the bomb to have in your wardrobe, and they work really well with dresses. Okay. We're going to move on to jackets. I think having a jacket, one more thing before I finish with dresses, and by the way, my add-on to that, men love women in dresses. Okay, I take a survey. Remember I told you I talked to all these guys. I go up to them, love women in dresses. They're tired of women in pants. So if you feel that, you can swing that dress and your legs are still rocking, then go for that dress. Get out of the pants. Okay, jackets. I love jackets, and having a jacket wardrobe and having them for the different seasons is such an amazing thing to do, because it dresses up an outfit. It keeps, for warmth purposes, it's great. Covers your arms, and I think they're just very chic to have. And having quite a few, giving yourself a good jacket wardrobe. You'd have something like this in the fall and winter. Look for jackets. This could be more of your summer jacket with interesting collars, because they're going to bring the attention up around your face and frame your face. Okay, you want to, draw attention up here, especially if this area down here is not going so good. Remember when we talk about body shapes, this is our no man's land. So you want to keep your attention up here. So look for interesting collars to have a nice little jacket selection. I love collars. Actually, this is sort of what they refer to as a collarless, a notched collarless jacket. But have jackets, because you can always throw them on even the simplest t-shirt and jean look, and just not feel too unput together, and that gets a little too youthful, and especially if the t-shirt is not the perfect shape on you and it's grabbing on areas, you can always throw a jacket on, throw a scarf on with it. Perfect, good to go. Absolutely perfect. So really collect some jackets, and then you go on into your leathers. Keep them fairly simple as far as no sparkles, whistles, bells on them. All right, none of that kind of stuff. The fringe. Been there, done that. That's really popular. Stay away from that fringe. Keep them so that you can wear them time after time, and you can get some longevity as far as years go. Find some good classic styles that fit you well, and get that longevity out of jackets, all right? This is one jacket that I tell everyone to be very careful of whenever you get into the double-breasted. Remember when we were talking body types, this can actually make you look very boxy. If you've got a large bust, you have a large tummy, and wearing these open, incredibly unattractive. It's just too much fabric. You know how when a man wears a double-breasted suit, and if he doesn't have it buttoned up and it's just flopping in the breeze, it doesn't look nice. Same with it. It's just going to actually add weight onto you. So just kind of stay away from those double-breasted if you can. And also remember, we had that slide of that great gal with a denim jacket. There are still so many. Denim is timeless, okay? Especially denim jackets, but just find one, again, that really works well on your body, that is not filled with sparkles, and you know, you don't. This is not time to be Cher with sparkles and things hanging off of it and raccoon tails or whatever. Keep it simple. Just think Kiss all the time. Keep it simple, sister. Kiss. All right? You'll get the more mileage out of it, and you will always look age appropriate. So we're going to move on to sweaters. Sweaters can really frump you fast if you don't wear the right shape. All right? A lot of sweaters tend to be a little square cut. And what happens also is, and I don't really understand what this is, something in the looming of sweaters. It can sometimes, if you've got the wrong shape sweater on, for some reason it can push our bust lines down and make us look incredibly saggy. Has anybody, even if you're wearing your good bra? And I would like to hear from anybody at the end of the webinar if that's ever happened to them, that they're wearing this sweater, then all of a sudden they're looking at it going, what is wrong with this sweater? And it just doesn't look right. And it really then adds weight onto you, makes you look much older. So beware of the boxy ones. Also beware of just the regular crew knit ones too if you have a big bust, because those aren't going to be very attractive. Those are going to make you look too old. Also, you got to be careful of these if you're not going to wear a scarf or something to break up. You'll just, again, the monobosom. So always look for something with a little bit more of a opening at the neck. It's just going to open you up, and it's just going to look much more attractive, okay? I love twin sets too, whenever you can find twin sets, but again, try not to have them be too squared off boxy on you. All right, because then that just gives you added weight. Try to look for one that's got a little more shape to it. Then this is kind of one of those just big boxy. This is a popular manufacturer, and they just cut in a box. They just, so you don't want that. You want to have something that has a little more tapering on the sides that's not so square. Okay. And last but not least, if you have any of these in your closet, get rid of them now. Anything with a band on the bottom. Anything like that is going to make you look 10 pounds heavier. When it's grabbing on your tush, bad. This is a bad, like a sweatshirt kind of band thing. Don't buy those, ever. You want to always look for sweaters that fall straight. Those bands are deadly for us, really bad. Okay, moving on to t-shirts. You know, graphic tees always keep returning no matter how much we try to get rid of them. They just, in slogans and things, you want to avoid those. Avoid something like this, way too cutesy. This is not age appropriate, but I say you still can do prints, but just not something like this. This is for, keep these for the youngins. This is the youngins. You know, stripes are always age appropriate through all ages. Age appropriate. And there are a lot of stripes out there. I love stripes. Also, if you want to try a little bit of lace, this is a great way to do it. And if you want to try something that has the holes in it, more of like the laser cut lace, this still, because of the silhouette, is age appropriate. It's got a short sleeve. It's still age appropriate, but how you make this really great is you just put a white tank underneath it with a wide enough strap that you can wear a bra that the bra strap won't be seen. You could do white or black. So this gives you a little bit more of an edge, a little bit more of a youthful look. So you're taking a current trend and you're making it age appropriate, okay? And it's perfect if you were going to wear a jacket over top of it, or a sweater, or even something like one of these waterfall draping little jacket things. I think these are amazing. They're still going forward. Can't have enough of these, especially in the summer, and get the lightweight ones. Can't have enough of those. Those are perfect to just throw on just to give yourself a little extra coverage, okay? And I also wanted to show you a few of more of the little cardigans too, that of the little cropped ones, all right? And a longer one also. And these are really lightweight, so these are perfect over summer type frocks that will be perfect, because if you're in an area where the heat is bad and you know, wearing sleeves, hormones, I know, I get it. You just want to wear something as light as possible. Okay, and keep an eye out for vests too. Vests are really great, age appropriate, all ages. It's another great thing to throw on over just a t-shirt and a pair of pants that kind of gives you a finished look, so that if you've got the stuff going on, you're covered up, it's camouflaging. It just gives you another layer that just makes you look more put together. Okay. I do like tunics, but you just have to be careful that you don't go into old lady with a tunic. Try to keep your tunics not looking too Hawaiian printy, kind of just came off the beach kind of look. You want to make sure that, you know, you've got just a little bit of interest. It looks a bit chicer and age appropriate. It doesn't look like you're wearing your grandma's tunic. All right. Okay, the reason I'm wearing two patterns tonight, I wanted to show you something. It's a how to mix patterns. Men do it all the time. You know, the shirt, the tie, the jacket could have a pattern in it. Can all be different. All right? Women can do it too. We tend to be a little more timid about doing the pattern mix than men, because we're a little afraid of that. But here's how to do it well, and I'm going to give you some general guidelines for mixing patterns. If you do want to mix a pattern, I say try not to mix more than really, 3 at the most. That's kind of really going over the edge. I like to just mix 2 to stay really, age appropriate. Two patterns. The key is to take one of the colors in one of the patterns. So for instance, I took the turquoise, or I actually took 2, turquoise and white, out of this dress, hence putting turquoise and white into a cardigan to mix the pattern. The key also is your pattern sizes must be different. So if I were to wear a dress with this large pattern in and a similar big patterned cardigan, that's not going to work. You want to keep both patterns different sizes. One smaller, one larger. I could also have this sweater if it were polka dot. If it was turquoise with white polka dots, for instance, like that sweater, that's a little cardigan right there. If that was turquoise and white, that would be perfectly fine with a patterned dress. When we get into next week with accentuating and camouflaging, incredibly camouflaging, and I'm going to even show you more examples. So that's how you do mixing your pattern. And don't be afraid with it, all right? I want to see everybody try that. And if you do, please post the picture in the Facebook group. I want to make sure you're getting it right and give us some inspiration. So I want you to look in your closet, see where you can mix some pattern. It could be smaller. It doesn't have to be as bold as this. I did this for obvious reasons so you can really see. Here's another idea. Again, I'm taking a striped waterfall jacket, mixing it with a floral. Stripes and florals work really well together. But in the floral has got the navy and the white. This totally works together for pattern mix. Okay, so we have two separate patterns, but we had taken the color from this and made sure that it was in our pattern top. It looks really fresh. It's youthful without being too over the top. This is perfectly acceptable, age appropriate, because it's not too. You know, you're covered up. So it's perfectly age appropriate. And if you were to wear either white slacks on the bottom or jeans on the bottom, perfect. That's a perfect casual outfit. And a great necklace or earrings, whatever you prefer. Okay, one more I'm going to show you. Again, and you can do this with your business wear too. So it's not just casual. I'm taking a, I think you could probably see this. It is stripes. Maybe from afar you can't. It's stripes. So it's a gray and black striped jacket. But I mixed it up with a little bit of a leopard underneath. Perfectly works together, mixing two different patterns, but keeping the same color family. That's how you really do that type of look well. Okay? So I want you all to experiment with that because it really keeps you from being boring and dull to mix a little pattern. You don't have to go crazy with your pattern if you're not somebody that likes a lot of pattern. You can do a geometric. It doesn't have to be a floral. But just try it. It just really is a really chic look. Okay, we're going to move into skirts. One of my favorite all-time skirts is a pencil skirt. All right, and that works on a multitude of different body shapes, but you have to get one that fits you correctly and is tailored correctly. And it's got to fit you and hit you, fit and hit at the right point on your leg, okay? Not too short. This kind of skirt is way too youthful, and I know that there was a resurgence of these little puffer skirts. Stay away from this, too young, along with, dare I have to even say this, short skirts. No, I don't care if they try to come back. That and short shorts. No, not age appropriate. You know, you want to make sure that your pencil skirt is right hovering around the knee area. All right? Not too short. You've got to look at those knees. Remember, we don't want cabbage patch knees. Got to look at those knees. So you have to adjust that length right where it's perfect. So if you have to go a little bit below that kneecap, fine. All right? Or, you know, halfway in the middle of the kneecap, that's fine. You just don't want to go too short. Okay, and wanted to show you something that would be really, you know, a great look, but so you have a little beaded jacket, and what do you want to do with it? A lot of times something like that would be shown with a little short puffy skirt, and it's too short. Much chicer and more age appropriate if you had a straight skirt with it, a really nice pencil skirt or a very slim dress. Much better than that little puffer skirt. That usually kind of takes you back 10 years, and then it almost looks like you're trying too hard, because you don't ever want to do that, look like you're trying too hard. All right. Moving on to pants. One of my biggest bugaboos are these. I know people love these. I just think this is one of the worst things that was ever invented. These capri, whatever you want to call them, crop, capri, cuts you up. To me, they instantly make you look old. I think these things make you look old, because it's like the retirement pants. Okay? I'd rather see them shorter, to a nice Bermuda short length than where these are. Okay? So if you are into the, summertime pants, which a lot of you will be moving on into very soon, I'd rather see a regular, like a flowy, linen-y type of pant than this type of pant, unless you are truly out in the bogs clam digging somewhere, or, doing that, then perhaps I'll let you wear these. But really, they kind of scream old lady. Because if you notice, there are a lot in the kind of like the older lady departments, all right? Let's move to jeans. But I'm going to show you another print pant in just a minute. I just got my jeans here because they're up right now. All right. Popular? No. We did that. No. No. Rock and rollers, if you're a rock and roller, but otherwise, no. It's trying too hard. Not good. This is what is more age appropriate now, is a nice dark indigo, dark denim jean. There's no stuff going on. There's no whistles. There's no bells. There's no sparkles. There's no stuff pointing to anything on your tush or anything else. What I want to show you also is the rise. You can tell if these jeans are going to be low on you or not. These are going to be too low. If you look at where that crotch seam is right there, and that zipper, when you see a zipper that big, those are going to be very low. That's really not as age appropriate, because what happens is we have our tummies hanging over it. Not good. You don't want to have anything that low. So when you're looking for jeans, look and see the length between the waist. Let me get rid of that tag. The waist, top of the waist, and that crotch seam, okay? So that's longer. So that means the rise is going to be more appropriate. You want to be more up around your belly button than the low stuff. Okay, those are not age appropriate. Dark denim, as I said, is great. I think flattering on all of us. And the really, you could do a narrow leg, but the really, back in the day we used to call them stovepipe skinny, not so good. All right, but you still can do somewhat of a narrow leg, but not that, like skinny, skinny, skinny. That's good on jeans. And always, back on pants, look for some trousers that are classic, that will fit you, that will serve you well if you're still doing the work thing, that are of a nice quality fabric. I like fabrics like this that just, really you can go like that, and they're great. This is a good year-round fabric. It's a mix of synthetics and perfectly packable, but just find yourself some really good fitting trousers. And remember, always fit your largest area first, all right? So if your tummy and your tush are your problem areas, make sure your pants fit those areas first, and then the rest can be altered. If the leg is too wide, that can be altered. But you've got to fit the largest area first, okay? So you want to move into something a little bit more what's out in the stores right now. A lot of these longer maxi skirts are out there, so you could try them, but beware of them. They could go to Dowdyville very quickly. They almost have to be right at the top of your shoe, really, really long to get that look that's right. Otherwise, it's just going to look kind of stupid. It's not going to be a good look if you go up much up from your ankle. But it's a nice summer, longer skirts are actually great spring summer type of look. And you want to maybe embrace the lace trend, perfect. You can do that with this little jacket. That's good. And if you want something with a little pattern in it, you can then do that little splotchy print under there. That's a whole ensemble from that one designer that would really work. And then this jacket, it totally can do with other things for going into the summer. You have a cute white dress, a white t-shirt and white jeans, or white pants. You can do some mixing and matching with that. So if the maxi dress thing is not your style and you want to try the longer skirt, you want to try that, this is the way to do it. Another outfit, if you want to do something with one of these longer drapey front type of waterfall cardigans for summer going forward, they're lighter weight. Again, picking a great t-shirt, you know, it just kind of like pumps it up a bit. It's not just wearing t-shirt and a pair of pants. You're just adding that extra piece, and it really then just becomes a great outfit with a white trouser or a white jean with it, or even a navy trouser. Okay? Now, print pants came back. I thought those would be gone away forever and a day, but they came back. So I wanted to show you, if you are dying to absolutely rock one of these looks, okay, and you are in your tush area is not your problem area. Perhaps you're an inverted triangle, and because you wouldn't want this pattern if you had a big tush, okay, not good. So if you were slim-hipped, you could be rectangle, inverted triangle, and you want to try the printed pants. You want to make sure that the fabric is flowy like this, you know, very, very pliable, because that'll be more attractive. And top it off with simple. Again, kiss. Keep it simple. So all your pattern is going to be at the bottom, and then just do like a little cardi type over some type of black top. All right, and then you could do a great necklace. Perfectly age appropriate. You could go less on the print of the pant to even be better. This is pretty bold. But again, you have to worry about what's going on the back. So I don't want to see anybody wearing these if this back end area is not good. Another great print. You want to embrace the print and you want to mix it up. See how they already mixed the print? Throw a fun little unconstructed blazer over it, and do, here's my version of a legging that doesn't get too tight. It's more of a straight-legged trouser, but they're knit, but it's a straight leg pant. It's not that sucking in legging that can show all the lumps and bumps. This is far better and more age appropriate if you want to rock that slimmer leg look. Okay? And then just keep it simple on the bottom, and keep your if that works for your body shape, keep your pattern up here. And again, it's soft and flowy. It's not going to grab on your midsection. If you're still wearing the tracksuits, all right, wear them at home. Don't wear them out, or else wear them to the gym. Okay, this whole look is really going to date you. Don't be wearing these out and about anymore. Thank God that trend is over. That one was killing me there for a while. All right, so if you still have those, just be more aware of where you're wearing that. All right, another thing I wanted to show you, to not go, let me turn this way, to old lady before we, oh yeah, we're almost done. Not go old lady. So if you have a suit, the matchy match can kind of kill you and date you quickly. So I like to break things up a little bit. So you've got this great jacket. So put something a little edgier. You could go with a little edgier underneath it. And you could break it up then with doing a black pant. That's like a laser cut pleather top. And then you could do it with a black pant. So you're taking that suit and you're deconstructing it a little bit. This is going to give you a more youthful look, along with, you could take the suit jacket again. You could take a little pleather or leather skirt going forward. You know, this would be more going into the fall, or if it's warm where you are. And you can then put it with a really crisp white blouse underneath. Okay, so break things up. Take those suits that you have, if you do have to wear a suit to work, break them up and unmatch them, unmatchy-match them. You know, you can wear the matchy-match every so often, but try to just be a little bit more original and have a little bit more style with them. So if I did want to do this suit, leopard, by the way, is considered a neutral. I would maybe leopard, depending again on the office, and do the suit, but then I would leopard it, or I would also put a black pant on it too, just to break it up. And again, you can totally break up the skirt and wear the skirt with other things. You know, if you just wanted to wear a skirt and a blouse. You don't always have to wear the matching jacket. So just have a little bit more creativity with breaking it up and just getting rid of the matchy. Okay, coordinate makes you look a lot younger, and it's more youth-driven, and it just keeps you looking sassy. When you do that, then you're just getting, you know, matchy. Okay? All right. I'm going to move over to questions. I went a little bit long tonight.
Hi, Lori. I can handle the questions for you tonight, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we're going to start with the questions that we got a little bit earlier tonight. First one's from Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
And she says that she's glad to be here. She tends not to wear dresses because her legs are so white. But back in the day, when nylons and she used self-tanners, it just seems like it's now for the younger crowd. So she's just looking to find out how to wear dresses with those white legs.
You know, still I like self-tanner. It's not a big deal anymore. The self-tanners have come such a long way. There's great ones that just spray on, and there's those towelettes. Those are pretty darn amazing. But you have to make sure you exfoliate your legs first. So here's a trick about self-tanners on your legs that is pretty foolproof. And you don't have to do it layer after layer after layer. Just, if you want, just take that first sheen of the white off, I call it. Just get the first layer of the white off, just slightly. Shave your legs, of course. Then, you know, scrub them down with a nice washcloth to kind of exfoliate them. You don't have to use anything special, loofah or anything if you don't want to. If you don't have it, get it. Just nice washcloth. Put a little bit of almond oil, olive oil, coconut oil, whatever you have, on your legs, all right? Whatever you're using, the towelette or a spray or a lotion, will make that tanning stuff glide on a lot better and more even. And don't forget your feet. But yeah, wear dresses, Kathy, because I know you're tall, and I think they would be amazing on you, but where you're going to have to just be a little bit more conscious as of the length. Because what's happening right now, not only are they getting rid of sleeves, but they're shortening the dresses. So look for dresses that are going to be appropriate for you on your leg, and not end up with those really short ones, because then it's going to look like you're wearing your little girl's dress, because then they're cut too short. Okay, but yeah, go ahead and wear the dresses. If you know, nylons are, I will talk about nylons on our accessory talk, but yeah, I know. I don't hate nylons. I still don't hate nylons at all. I don't. But a lot of people do, and as we're getting into the warmer months, they can be a bit of a drag to wear. But I'm going to also let you in on, in a couple of weeks, some of the brands that are a little bit better. But not all of them are available in the stores. A lot of this you have to order online, unfortunately. Gone are the days with the hosiery departments. Okay, Jen, so I hope that helped, Kathy. So please, I want to see you in a dress.
Okay, so we're talking next with Mary. Mary is curious. The question was, how about where the waist is? It's often too high. She may have been referring to, I believe it may have been skirts. I'm not entirely sure, but it was in that area of time.
Or dresses. Okay, if the waist is too, then you're long-waisted. So you're going to have to look for dresses that don't have an inset waist, like this one. You don't want to look for anything that has the line. What you want to look for, let's go back. You're going to want, let's see if I have something here, that doesn't have that line. Either just a sheath dress, or as you can see, this is a high waist. This goes under here, under the bust line. If you can see this, I don't know if you can see that. There's a line up there. So you don't look for a hard line at the waist. So look from a little bit higher, like the one I have on, or just a straight sheath dress, okay? So just don't look for that inset waist, because that will always be a problem for you, all right? That drop waist, if you can find it, but you're probably going to be better off with just a straight. But this style, don't look at the pattern, but if you find something that's a little bit, as you can see, there's lines all in here. It doesn't have a defining line for a waist. This would work on you too. This shape, don't look at the pattern again and this, but just this shape. And there are those out there with that particular type of shape where there's not a hard line for the waist, okay? So that's going to be your style of dress. Okay, what's next, Jen?
Okay, we're still with Mary. Mary wants to know if she can wear a maxi dress because well, the question is, can you wear a maxi dress if you are short?
Yeah, I wear them, but let me tell you the trick. The you can't wear them. What I find is look for them in petites. That's going to be your best bet. All right? And you have to wear them long enough. And you have to, here's the big key, make sure they're narrow. It's when they get big and sweeping is when it goes wrong for us shorties. Okay? So you have to keep it very streamlined. That's why I say look for the dresses in the petite department, because they're cut narrow. It's just lots of fabric don't work. We get lost in all of that. All right? But yes, short people, vertically challenged, can wear a maxi dress. And the monochromatic look, like I did with this olive, is really like you can look your best because it's all one color. You're not breaking yourself up. It's all one color. Okay? So solids are really great if you really are concerned with your height. Okay? So by all means do that. Or you could wear the long skirt with a matching top to give you that same effect. But make sure it's narrow. You can't wear all that sweeping fabric.
So
okay,
we're just gonna jump in with a question that just came in from Margaret about the maxis. She just wants to know what kind of footwear should you wear with a maxi dress?
Sandals. Sandals are great. Any type of open-toey, strappy sandal is going to be best. You could wear flats or something with a wedge. I just don't think, you don't wear a pump. You don't wear any classic pump type of shoes. Okay? Just keep it more, because it's really a very summery look. And don't wear the maxis after the summer. All right? That's the end. Cut off. No maxis after the summer. It's just a summery look, and so you have to keep your footwear in accordance with it. So cute little jeweled sandals are great, or little ballet flats you can do also. If you don't like to have your toes exposed, a little ballet flat or a little slingback would be great. All right. And if you really want to push the envelope and do something, if you've got some foot issues, you want to wear like those old-fashioned little ked sneakers, those really simple ones. Simple. Not anything with a big luggy sole or anything. Those little like almost skimmer keds, classic little sneakers. You can do that too depending on area that you're in. Okay? But make sure that you keep the dress long. It's just when you start getting mid-calf, it goes bad. It looks stupid. It hits you at a bad part of your leg. Okay?
All right, so we have a question from Laurel, and she just wants to know what the letters boho stand for.
Bohemian. It's just shortened bohemian look. So remember the 70s, the paisley prints, those big sleeves. They have the little tie here, here, a lot of elastic around here, smocking. Boho just refers to that whole bohemian kind of 70s vibe, the long hair, those floppy hats. Remember it well. A lot of orange and yellow and gold and brown. Remember those? Those big, and everything is kind of flowing, you know, flower child kind of look. So that's what boho is.
Okay, great. So we have another one. Kathy wants to know where she could find those kind of shrugs that you were showing earlier. So any stores to recommend the shrugs, and also, in addition to that, they'd like to know where they could possibly buy them online.
Okay, online, Macy's online. Everyone, Macy's online, and they have a plethora of colors too, but you have to get them online because in the stores they're not carrying them. I've been going around with this, and I've been gathering them up for my clients because everybody wants one, and they're just so versatile this time of year. So I believe the brand, hold on, let me just check. There's a couple of brands I have here. This is Jessica Howard, the yellow, and it's a cotton. It's got a little stretch in it too, which I love. It's a rayon nylon spandex. Love it. Washer. Stretches. Great. And then this one is that Talia Sodi, that new line that's also in Macy's, and these have that little bit of chiffon edging on them that's so pretty. These are the ones that I have found so far. I think Calvin Klein does some also, but I've not seen them other than black and white, unless they are online. But they're just not in the store, so please go look online for these little shrugs. And they also have them in plus sizes too. So if somebody needs a plus size, if you're really big busted, so look into, because you don't want them to come over here. You know, you want them to somewhat come at least covering the majority of your bust. That's another thing. All right? But I just love them. They're 3/4 sleeves. So that's where to look. And then let me know if you're having any problems there. But I would say order them now because they're going to be gone soon. Look now. What else do we have, Jen?
Kathy would like to know if she can wear stripes even if she's large busted.
Stripes going vertical, not horizontal. Okay? Vertical. Stripes are great. Or you can do chevrons. Next week when I'm doing accentuating and eliminating, I will show you chevrons and how great it will look, and it can de-emphasize your bust, but never just the great. And I know there's a lot of the horizontals out there right now. It can be really troublesome with a big bust because a lot of times the neckline then is a crew neck or a boat neck, and it just makes you look monobosomy. So look for the verticals, and then I'll show you some of the chevron options that the stripes are going all different ways, and it's optical illusion. Eye moves around. You don't even notice big boobages. Okay. What else?
All right, let's see here. Minnie wants to know where she can purchase that orange waterfall that you showed.
Mm. Do you know where I got that, Minnie? You're not going to believe it. Amazon. Amazon. If you send me an email, I will send you the link. I don't remember the manufacturer because there's nothing on the inside, but they had a variety of colors. They're awesome because you can, something that you can throw away at the end of the summer if it's not holding up that great, but it's just lightweight enough to wear, over the summer and just throw on over anything really. It's just such a great little. Could be over a dress, over a pair of pants, and a top. It's just great. So throw me an email and I will look that up for you.
Okay, so this is a reminder that it's a last chance for questions for Lori tonight.
Yeah, so I went over tonight. I was long-winded. Oh, but I want to show you all. I want to show you all. Okay.
We still have one question left, though, Lori, before you go.
Okay.
Mary wants to know about wearing a swing skirt, and what are your thoughts on that?
I don't mind a swing skirt. What I do mind, something with a little movement, that's okay. And we're going to talk about that next week also about what body type that works with. As long as it's not too short, okay, or too long. So you want to keep it around the knee because those skirts can go wrong quickly, especially if they're long. Swing skirts or those bias cut skirts that go mid-calf send you to Dowdyville, old lady Dowdyville. So you want to make sure, I thought maybe I had, let me see. No. Oh, I didn't have one. Okay, so next week I'll show you like the perfect one where it's a little bit gored. What I don't really like, it came back around again, and I'm seeing those prairie skirts. That just sets you off into dated land, and I hate those prairie skirts. I think they're just too much fabric. Unless you're 9 feet tall and, excuse me, stick skinny, I don't think those skirts look really good on most women. And they just make you look short, dumpy, and round. So just to say it like it is. So unless you're very tall and thin, I avoid those. And it's that, I don't know, there's something about them that are incredibly dated that just kind of drive me crazy, and I'm kind of upset that I'm starting to see them again, that they tend to run them in the summertime because they think women want to wear those, but not the most flattering. Okay, anything else?
No, we've closed it for questions. Any more questions, we can have them posted in the Facebook group.
Go in the Facebook group. Okay, quickly, ladies, I want to show you something real quick. I've got on shapewear that has the butt lifting band underneath here, okay? Amazing. All right, so if you are starting to, gravity is not your friend down here, and you want to have a little tush lift, let me know, and I'll send you the link for these. These are also by the TC company, but it's so amazing. It gives you a nice little lift, but it's not a tight band, and you just feel nice. It's good. So anyway, next week we are going to talk about accentuating the positive, eliminating the negative. We're going to have more items that I'm going to show you what you need to look for with your different body types and issues. I'm going to break it down by issues. Bust line, you've got a big waist, a big tummy, narrow shoulders, all of that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about how to make the most of your look and get your clothes right on track with your body type and camouflaging and accentuating all those areas that you want to. So anyway, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you all in the Facebook group. Send me pictures, put pictures in there. I want you to mix your patterns this week. Let me know what's going on with you, how you're doing, and if you make sure that you got your body shape down, because it's not going to serve you well next week if you don't really know what your body shape is also, okay? So anyway, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Okay, everybody? Bye-bye.